What's happening, people?
Couple
It's the
swings.
Pod Brother right here at the Costa Film Festival. I'm with my main man, my right hand, Rick Johnson. We got the Cindy cam going. Hold on. Hey, Cindy, what's up? Uh, uh, um, man, I forgot his name already. Shelton. Um,
We're working on
the
it.
director, Rob Shelton. Was it Rob Shelton?
Sheldon?
Sheldon. That we got.
Oh, man, we need to do our research.
I know. God, I just forgot just that quick. We honored him tonight.
I know. We had so much stuff to do here tonight.
Yeah, he did White Man Can't Jump. He did
Bull
Tin
Durham
Cup,
was his first one.
Bull Durham.
Tin Cup.
I got him to say, stick with the Pod Brother
Stick with the Pod Brother.
on the red carpet here at the
Yeah.
festival.
He was so great.
You got to get that mic if we want to hear you. So
He was so gracious and so fun and so accommodating to say what you wanted him to say.
you know, and he was such a good sport, man. He was
a good
just
sport.
cool. I think we could have got him to say, you know, I'm down for grit racing if we'd asked
If
him.
we only knew.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't know. But that's okay.
Ron Sheldon. That's it.
There you go. Rachel. Okay.
Yeah. He's my man.
All right.
So, wow. Okay, here's what we got going. We got the Cindy cam, we got the crotch cam, and then we got the GoPro here on the right. So
Nice.
we got a couple options to go
That's
back
a cool
and
cam.
forth from.
That GoPro. I mean, that had a good look to it. I mean, it had a nice wide.
Yeah, you know, it's cool. It's a little close. That's why we're a little bit washed out. And, you know, I didn't clean the lens because I was in a little bit of a hurry, but
The crotch cam.
that's okay. You know,
What cam was that? The one you just had there a second ago.
that's this over here.
That's that one?
The GoPro right there. Yep.
That's got a not bad look.
That's not bad. Not bad.
And
I'll
the main
take it.
cam, what's that one look like?
Then we got the Cindy cam, and then we
Cindy cam.
have, like, you know, our main cam. And
Oh, wow.
I like the pictures. You know, they're taking pictures against the backdrop, the festival backdrop behind us. So anyway, this festival has been awesome, as you can see. You know, it's just really.
You see this setup?
It's
Awesome. It's got like.
it's just. I'm so lucky that they contacted me, man, out of the blue. I got a little bit of a footprint out there in the Pod Brother social media.
Well, I think
world.
anyone that comes up here and sees this setup is going to go like, they have no idea. I mean, obviously, they're down there drinking.
Eat
now.
that mic a little bit more so I can hear you.
Okay, hit this mic a little harder. Anybody that sees what's going on right here, right now, and I'm going to go round them up in about 1 minute.
And you know what? I forgot. I can do a little social media. I forget where I can do that, but
Don't push it. We're glad to have Mr. Marcel that hit this thing. To give it.
Marcel hooked us up
Hook
with
it
a
up.
hookup. He put this on his
and
room.
It's fine, and his assistant or wife or friend,
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Ashley, but they hooked us up and they're running the booth behind us. But we've got a really, really fast Wi-Fi connection here, thanks to Mr. Marcel, and that is really awesome. I'm gonna go get. Let's get an interview with him, shall we?
Yeah, we should do that.
Okay, let me go grab him. Okay, Cindy, I'm gonna give you the mic now. I am not gonna hit the Cindy cam. That's my job. My job is to now not hit it. We're gonna grab Mr. Marcel.
Do not hit the Cindy cam.
We hit the Cindy cam. It's all over.
So, Cindy, how are you, love? What's been happening with you these days?
I just want to say hello to the thousands that have survived
Then you can say I'm into the Cindy cam.
100 degrees in San Diego.
It's been sweltering. It has been hot.
And now we're 75. And if we can welcome anyone who wants to stop by to La Costa Resort for this film festival, we're happy in this amazing climate off the beach.
And you know, the food here has been delicious. I mean, off the hook. Roast beef, wings, the pasta and sausage.
Amazing risotto.
The
Just
risotto.
a little perfect wine sauce.
Oh,
We have been treated really, really well.
and the wine, they have a really cool wine and beer sponsor here. You've had like the Chardonnay and the Pinot Grigio.
And it's my understanding this is year 2 of this film festival.
Yeah, and eat that mic a little bit more. Yeah.
Is that right? Is this year 2?
Yes, this is year 2. Year 2. And Ruby and Mike are the festival directors, so they have been, you know, just so awesome and so accommodating and so passionate. Just the perfect host.
Well, I know, Steve, you've been to a number of film festivals, as have I, over the last 20 years. And in year 2, this is amazing,
It takes festivals
accommodating, and
6-7 years to get to this
yes,
level.
yes.
This is
Kudos and my hat off to them. And will we be here next year?
yes.
We will.
We will be here every
and we'll
year.
hope that everyone else will come to the beach because it's beautiful.
And I mean, and I have to give whoever did the film programming, the selecting of films this year. This festival is primarily a sports festival, so a strong emphasis on sports films and sport documentaries and sport kind of comedy and sport narratives. But they did a great job in selecting. So the programmer I got to give kudos to because it's been really high quality, star-studded films.
Which is a good theme for San Diego. Obviously, sports are the heart of San Diego, the heartbeat. But next year, in year 3, would be nice to welcome a lot of Hollywood.
Yeah.
A little of sports and a lot of Hollywood.
Yeah.
If we could bring them down.
I think if they knew about the environment here, they would be here for the style and profile, for sure.
Yes.
Because, this is kind of how they roll. This
indeed.
is their world. So
let's speak to our friends in Hollywood and Utah and Arizona and say, look how beautiful it is, and we're in the perfect climate.
You got to come down and visit Ruby and Mike here at the La Costa Film Festival. And you know what else? Mike from Mandalay Bay is also, Mandalay Bay is sponsoring the festival. So to get Mandalay Bay from Vegas, which is, they do huge sporting events, and, they're tied into, network TV, and
Absolutely.
I mean they're big.
Yes, and I was not aware. Oh, that's
to partner
awesome.
To partner with Mandalay, and that is huge.
If we could complement Mandalay Bay with this festival, I standing room only, and in year 3 would be awesome.
I think we have 12 months to really push it. So and I think we should maybe do a little short or maybe a documentary or something. We should submit something next year.
Yes.
And even what I'd like to see in this festival is like a webisode or an internet content category.
Yes, maybe we can be the support team.
Eat that mic a little bit more.
We'll be the support team. We'll rally this year. We'll hold these events, and we'll be sitting here next year and just say, we helped bring this, and we are so proud of this, and look at how many more people are in this festival.
Yeah, it's such a cool thing. I don't know, and even the festival fringe stuff, the panels, the parties, the reception. They had a beautiful filmmakers lounge with food and coffee and really healthy salads and fruit and energy bars and the filmmakers lounge, the filmmaker / media lounge is really nice. It's really nice, and it's stocked with food from 8 o'clock in the morning until the 6 o'clock screening. So you got all day.
No, I wasn't here for that yesterday, but I'm going to take your word for that today. But I was here tonight, so if yesterday was as awesome as tonight, things were elegant. We were outside. We had linens and napkins and sirloin, amazing au jus, just lovely, lovely, and service is as fast as we sat down. It couldn't have been more accommodating. And
we got a whole crowd coming up here right now. Here we come.
Oh, sweet.
Oh my gosh! Here we go.
I need the.
Here we go.
Give me the. Okay, guys, you can sit here if you'd like, wherever you want to be.
Yeah. So just
Steve Kimbrough, and I'm Rick Johnston from Quantum Media, and this is being broadcast live.
Okay.
Multicam. It's also being recorded, so you guys can hang out here. You can sit here if you want, because there's cameras right there. So
Yes, so fill in.
Well, I got wine in my hand. I'm gonna spill it.
Oh no. That's probably never happened here.
Probably. All right, I'm gonna sit here. I'm not part of Extinction Soup. I should sit first.
Okay, have Extinction Soup sit in and.
I don't want to spill wine on anything. Here.
No kicking of any monopods.
Okay. Yeah, we
This
got.
is the you've got a bunch of different cams here. You've got 5 different cams.
All right.
So you've got
There's room
this
right
one,
here, Steph.
that one.
All right.
You've got a
We
cam
gotta
over
cuddle.
there. You've got a cam over there. Steve, let them know so they have a sense.
All right. Well, we're here
Okay.
at the La Costa Film Festival. I'm gonna take your job over.
You take my job over.
Do this.
Well, you know what? Let me give you a proper introduction. Let me get your name and what your title is, and then I can just roll it right into you.
All right. Well, my name's Kim Wright. I'm the programming director for the La Costa Film Festival.
Kim Wright, the programming director for the La Costa Film Festival, ladies and gentlemen. She was the one that looked at all the films, made selections for the program, and she did a good job because there's some good content. You know, high quality, studied, good stories, and so you did a good job.
Well, it wasn't me. It was my husband. It's the secret behind me.
So behind every good
teamwork.
one, there's a man. Eat that microphone
No,
so
I
we
didn't
can
say
hear.
amazing. I just said good.
See? Now, if it was the reverse, the man would be like, I have an amazing woman behind me. But like with she's like, nah, he's just a dude. He's just an extra.
He just has good taste in film.
Yeah, he's just a good driver. He drives me to places. So tell us about your experience being the programmer here, how the festival went this year. I mean, for a second-year festival, I have to give you props.
Absolutely.
It takes, trust me, I am a festival hopper,
Okay.
and I go to them all.
Okay, so there's one rule.
What?
Start with the party. Give them films. Everybody drinks alcohol. Not everybody watches films, right? So we have great parties, and wrapped around it, we have a lot of really good films. Because let's face it, everybody wants to have a good time.
That's true.
Especially down here in Southern California, because we're outdoors, we're having a good time. So why not give people a really good time? And then we throw the really good films at them. And then this way they come see documentaries that maybe they wouldn't have seen because they said, hey, this place is really fun to come. I want to party later. I'm going to go see 3 or 4 films.
So the film that you have behind us, Extinction Soup, and are these the filmmakers that are in the film?
They're both in the film, and he directed it.
All right, so let's find out what the. Why don't you give him that mic? I'll give you this one. It's the Kim White Show right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Kim Wright.
Yes.
Kim Wright. I married Mr. Wright.
Kim Wright.
Right.
She married
It's
Mr.
all
Wright,
good, exactly.
who happens to be white.
I mean,
He is so. It is incredible.
So I'm halfway there. Take it away, Miss Wright.
Well, this is right next to me here is Philip Waller.
oh, thank you.
Oh, whoa. Hello.
There we go.
Philip Waller, director.
Yes.
And tiger, shark, swimmer. Are you going to eat the mic?
Yeah, I'm eating this mic. Here we go. Let's do this. I'm ready.
So you take it.
No, I mean, honestly, if anything, I'd like to just thank you. I mean, not only for accepting. Actually, I was very fortunate to have 2 films here this year, which was The Essence of Surfing and Extinction Soup. But I just, more than anything, just want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to show our films here and to at least try and, especially with Extinction Soup, open up people's minds to not only sharks but the importance to the ocean and what we need to do in order to keep it balanced and in a place that that future generations can enjoy it the way that we have.
Okay, so I'm going to throw this out. Who cares? They just kill a bunch of people. We're all scared of them. Why should we save them? Why not just get rid of them all?
I'm going to pass that over to you.
I get to get
That's
the
my
hard
foot.
questions. Uh-oh.
We got cords. It's okay. Here we go.
This is much more dangerous than anything in the ocean right here.
I was
going to
say it's for shark coming up.
I actually have to agree with that.
Yeah.
Why should we care? Well, I think there's a great line in the film that says, if you would like to have a clean ocean, if you would like to breathe air, then you should care because sharks are a part of a system that all of us need, the ocean. I mean, we basically live on a planet that is, the majority is water. We're
But
surrounded by
they're at the
ocean.
top. They're eating everything. What does it matter?
Well, because they keep the ocean clean and healthy. And
How?
how? Because and the fish population, they keep the populations healthy, so that we don't, that the disease doesn't spread. And there's no other animal in the ocean that would do that for us except sharks. So you could have all your food fish and dolphins and everything could get, bad diseases that the sharks automatically take care of because they take the slow ones out.
So I'm not sure if anybody understands, but so what's happening to them? Why is this called extinction soup?
Because about 70 million sharks a year are taken just for the sake of making a bowl of soup. That is the popular status symbol in some Asian countries.
So why, I mean, if that's such a traditional dish, why has it been such a catastrophe recently? I mean, why not? Why hasn't this been a problem all along?
It's just the economy of scale, because there's more people in China and in Asian countries that can afford it now because economies have changed, and suddenly there's millions and millions of people that can afford it, and therefore there's more people wanting to buy it. And the education on what it is for, and what it comes from is not catching up to that. A lot of people don't even realize what it's made from, or they might think it grows back, or all sorts of misunderstandings about it.
So what made you make this film? I mean, what was your intent originally when you packed up your gear and you said, I'm going to make a film today? Yeah. What was your original thought? I mean,
honestly, originally, I didn't think that it would ever come to what it actually did at the end of the day, and what it ended up turning into, as opposed to where it started. I mean, it was literally night and day. I mean, for me, the first time that I went out with the sharks, it was just so incredibly overwhelming because,
wait, you went out?
Yeah.
You like dated one?
Yeah, exactly. I literally was just like, hey, you look cute. Let's go for a swim together.
Wait, you actually got in the water?
No, I literally got in the water with the sharks, and I was terrified because I saw Jaws. I saw Jaws, and I heard it in the back of my head, and I literally, it took me like 4 or 5 times before, because you can't hear anything, and all you hear is the music in the back of your head. Exactly. We've all been scarred by it. Exactly. So, originally, I knew that sharks, were important to the ecosystem, but I didn't really know on what level. And when I met Stephanie and they let me know what was going on, especially with the shark fin soup, horrific. And I feel like that's the main thing. I can't even tell you how many people I meet on a daily basis that have absolutely no idea how many sharks are being killed every single day.
And that includes you
100%.
In the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be able to not only find out that information, but then to actually go out and swim with them. It's amazing.
Wait a minute, I gotta know, what's it like? I mean, what is it like to swim?
Oh, God,
and what kind? Wait, first off, what kind of shark? Because is it like a nurse shark?
Sure. I feel like most people would probably, decide to find a shark that, because there's over 300 species of sharks. There's so many different ones that you don't have to really be threatened by or worried about. And of course, the first time that I went out with, I believe it was a 17-foot tiger shark, which for your first time, you might not necessarily think that, hey,
make a bad joke.
Let's just jump on in with a 17-foot tiger shark. What could go wrong, right? Yeah.
No, I don't.
Size that matters or something like that.
So we just jumped right in, and for me, the best part was being a guy and having Stephanie. She's like, listen, if you're too scared to go out, you don't have to.
And you went, okay.
Of course, I'm like, I'm not a macho guy, but I'm like, yeah, if you're gonna go out, yeah, sure, I'll totally do this. And of course, the sharks can certainly, sense your fear and sense how scared you are. So
your throat pounding in your mouth.
And I'm like, okay, I feel like I can at least try and play this off, maybe bring some old school acting.
I was gonna say, bring
up, to try and bring, just act confident. But the second that you get in the water and you see them swimming right for you, it is literally next to impossible to just stay calm.
And she said, "Oh no, wait, we have to throw some chum in the water first."
Well, luckily I didn't see anything of that nature. But the thing
was the chum.
Yeah, little did I know, obviously.
Okay, now you're stuck.
Go shave.
But honestly, it's amazing when you're out there with sharks how absolutely insignificant you feel, because I feel like being in our everyday world, we all have egos, we all have this, we all have that, but to be able to be in the middle of the ocean, 3 to 5 miles out in the middle of the ocean, 600 and something feet deep, whatever it is, and to not be able to hear a thing around creatures that big, all I can really say is that it's humbling and you feel extremely insignificant, but you realize very quickly that it's not like Jaws. These animals are not wanting to eat you, because if they did, I mean, literally, we're the most pathetic things in the ocean. I mean, they would literally just be eating us every single day if we were on their menu. Yeah, I mean, it would be the most ridiculous. We're so pathetic. I mean, like, literally, we're slower than the slowest fish in the ocean. So if sharks actually wanted to eat us, I mean, it would literally just be a free-for-all. So I learned...
Sharks would be waiting at the shore,
yes,
and just waiting for humans to go in. I mean, like, and because they'd be like, they're gonna come out here surfing and swimming soon, and we.
Well, to be able to learn that, I mean, and to go through the motions and to be able to, you know, step by step understand them in a sense. I mean, sharks are so fascinating that they spend 24 hours a day doing what they've done for over 300 million years, is keeping the ocean balanced, getting rid of the disease. You know, like they're like the garbage compactors, you know, in a sense that you just, you know, they take all the stuff that doesn't need to be around and they put it where they need to.
Delete everything out of the refrigerator.
But for me, you know, especially being from Los Angeles and, you know, and then all of a sudden kind of diving into this world.
So wait, I want to back up on you. We're going to get personal.
Okay.
Okay, so why did you go there in the first place? Because I watched the film. I'm lucky enough. You kind of, so if people don't know, this is Philip Waller, who was a childhood actor.
Very true, yes.
And growing up in Hollywood and making a lot of films is probably not the easiest way to grow up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if anything, I think that there was a lot of pluses, you know, to it, and just, you know, being able to grow up in the public eye and being able to, you know, kind of go on that journey of the coin as well.
So wait, they all want to know, who did you play?
Oh, gosh, I mean, I wouldn't know where to start.
No, your main role.
Oh, I played Keith and the Mouse and the Motorcycle. I played Yep. Highway to Heaven. Yeah, I think I did like 50 national commercials, you know, something to that nature. Like, you know,
I remember.
I was a busy bee, you know, but the thing is, that, you know,
your biggest appearance is tonight on the PodBrother show at the Costa Film Festival.
You know, you ain't gonna get no arguments out of me on this one. I mean, that's
the biggest. That's the biggest part.
But I mean, for me, more than anything else.
Apex. It's all downhill from here.
But to be able to go through the entire process, though, of being able to, you know, grow up in Hollywood and then be in Hawaii and to be able to start swimming with these sharks, once I realized what was going on, I just knew that we had to make this movie. And if anything, I just needed to know that we at least made our best effort to let people know what's going on every single day. You know, there's boats that are out there that are taking 10,000 sharks at a time, bringing them in. And the thing with the soup, it doesn't taste good. I mean, I know people that have eaten it, and it is literally the saddest thing in the entire world that is strictly a status symbol.
Well, and there's a line from the film that I really, really like, and they talk about soup being cultural, that it's important to weddings and special events. And I think it was a senator in Hawaii said, this is as cultural as binding feet was in Japan, you know, for women. And, you know, and the thing is I think we can go back into history and look at anything that's cultural.
Yes.
Things change.
Time changes.
Economics change, as you just said. And so you're just saying, look, guys, it's changed. The ocean is now not just your little space.
Yeah.
It's all of our space. And you're just ripping it apart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is if what you do is so bad for the rest of the world, then it's time to change it. And I think that's the... Oh, I'm destroying. I broke it. Do a mic drop. No, I'm done. I'm out here. Yeah, I'm out. No, but I think that's... And plus, there are other cultures that really value sharks. So how do you pitch one culture against the other? You know, what's culturally in one country is not in another. So it's a real tricky issue.
Indicative of the future for us? I mean, as our, oh gosh, I'm going to get deep. As our world begins to get closer and we connect through podcasts and other things, we're going to have these issues more and more, and the better we can deal with them now, like this. The problem is in America, I think we have more of an awareness. I mean, let's face it. I mean, I love, there's many countries I love. I go visit, and I think their culture is great, but they're willing to make fur coats, and they're willing to kill sharks, and they're willing to do these things. I'm not saying we're better or worse, but I think it is hard because as we become more of a one voice, there's going to be a lot of problems.
Yeah, that's a treacherous
But that's where you're going.
point. Yeah, it is. But I mean, we are one of the countries that consumes the most of everything.
Aha.
You know, so I think we're
Shark fin soup.
not so. But you know,
Okay.
fur coats,
Yeah,
things
no,
like that.
Sure.
I
well,
mean,
the
you know.
economics of
Yeah,
it.
so
Right.
I think it's very tricky to say who is better or worse, but it's just a matter of trying to do the best thing at any step and say, okay, is this something we can forego? Yeah, we can do without that. We can forgo without ivory, we can do without shark fins, and we can do without fur coats, the real
Right.
ones. That means some easy solutions, a lot of things we can't do anything about, like, you know, I mean, on an everyday basis, you know, climate change and sea level rise and a lot of things pretty powerless, but I think we have some easy, well, they're not easy, they're simple problems that we could solve if we just decided we stop it.
And I'd like to definitely say that, you know, especially just with the generation gap in a sense, I really feel like the generations that are coming up are not going to stand for this. You know, and I feel like each generation that keeps on coming up, that they're going to tolerate less and less. So, and even like with sharks, what we're trying to tell people, you know, you don't have to go out and go hug one and go make it your best friend,
I think I'll pass.
but understand that like with everything else, you know, I mean, everything worked together, you know. I mean, that's what makes this Earth and this planet so beautiful, is that, you know, from the sharks, you know, you start from the top and you work your way down and everything has purpose.
I don't know. I'd kind of like to see a shark hugging club.
You know, and nothing but love for that.
I would love to see that. I would love to see
hug a
that.
shark today, you know. But I mean, you know, especially for a lot of the people, you know, that we just want to let people know more than anything else is just the fact that sharks have been doing, like I said, what they've been doing. They're literally one of the most perfect species. They've almost gone unchanged for over millions and millions and millions of years because they do exactly what they were put here to do. And the more that we can understand that and try and not let the media, you know, I mean, sharks have never killed more than 12 people worldwide in a single year. Coconuts kill over 150 people a year. Hippopotamuses, you know, I mean, like literally everything kills more people than sharks.
I'm not going near a coconut tree ever again.
But the
That's
second that
it.
the news says shark, the ratings go up. And so because of movies like Jaws, because of the news, because of this, there's exactly toasters, soda pop machines. I mean,
You
we
know, I
could
have
bore
yet
you
to
with
see a
statistics
horror
all night
flick
long.
about coconuts, toasters.
Exactly. But yet, you know, but it's
The great thing on coconuts, the summer of fear of everything. He did that a few years back. If you look up Stephen Colbert, the summer of the fear of everything, it's
Oh,
the same thing.
The summer of the fear of everything.
Because they had the summer of the shark when there was like there were one or two more shark attacks normal, and they already called it like it's gonna be the summer of shark attacks.
Yeah.
Well,
So
he
they did the summer of fear.
of everything, and he ended up being like in bubble wrap, being scared of everything because he had all these statistics of coconuts and toasters and chairs and
Yeah.
you know, and he was just basically with a helmet wrapped up in bubble wrap in his studio going, I'm scared of everything now because everything kills more things than the summer of fear, the sharks, you know.
and it makes all the difference in the world, you know. I mean, like, I think once people actually get the true facts, and I think that at the end of the day that, you know, that we can all stand together and say, hey, everything has a purpose. Let's appreciate the sharks. Let's appreciate everything that is underneath them on the scale, and, you know, and kind of just go from there.
And I will say that we are at the Costa Film Festival, and I think one of the things that makes us a little unique, because I'm going to go for a plug on mine here, shameless plug
No,
time,
do it, girl.
is that we have we reflect a community that's very athletic. Oh, do I?
Put you in charge.
Oh, I didn't want to be in charge. Yes, I did.
Yeah. It changes everything.
Oh, wow, I can hear you.
Yeah, girl. Let's do this. I'm ready for your plug.
No, so our festival is that we don't just want to roll the red carpet out for you, although we do, and you, but we want to roll the red carpet out for everyone. We want to. That's why these parties, I was kind of kidding around with the party, but I'm not, is if people come here and have a good time, we can educate them along the way, and I think that's what is really important about this. And at the La Costa Film Festival, we also really have a big sports focus, and what I liked about this film was you mixed the two. You took a sport, because that's what your endeavor was originally.
Sure, yeah,
was the sport,
Yep.
and then you ran into a couple of sharks and went, wait a minute, this is great. And I loved how you mixed the two. It's a beautiful film, and the cinematography. Who shot this?
I mean, yeah. I was just
You
gonna say,
shot you guys
I wish
both.
that any of us could take credit. I mean, it was literally just, it was a team. You know, I mean, it was literally just like all of these different people that came together. And I mean, that was one of the greatest things about the film, was the sense that, like, as soon as we decided to say, hey, we've got this footage, we've got all these different things, and you know,
we
there was
lost him. by the way. I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
I was just gonna say, is everything still going? I'm not exactly sure.
Hey,
But hey,
we've taken
we're just still
over.
gonna keep going
This
anyway.
is now the Philip Waller, Kim Wright, Stephanie
Stephanie
Brendel
Brendel
show.
Hey, come again every day. We'll be here at 10, 12, and 2. You know, I mean, we're here to entertain you.
I think we need another bottle of wine to keep this going. Though.
I know, right?
I
Might as
didn't
well
mean to
have,
interrupt you.
no, not at all. Might as well have a drink while we're here. So, you know,
I thought anyone is watching it.
no, everyone's watching. Come on.
There's 3 people watching. See that person?
Yeah, I know. How many people we got going right now? So no, I think the main thing more than anything else is for us as filmmakers just to not only appreciate you guys for having us, but to just say that, you know, these types of venues are so incredibly important to inspire, you know, future filmmakers to do something that's outside of their zone. You know, I mean, like I said, I'd never swum with a shark before I made this film, and to just be open as a student of film or anything of that nature to challenge yourself to make something that scares you. And once you actually get into it, it's amazing how often the things that we think scare us the most end up not only empowering us, but making us into the people that we become later.
Well, and go ahead.
Amen.
Oh, well, I definitely saw that. Now, I want to say something because you were at almost every movie. As it happens, being program director, you get to intro every single movie somehow at this, and you were at all of them. I saw you everywhere. What was your favorite movie?
You know, my favorite movie was Don't Quit, the Joe Roth story.
Why?
Wow.
Why did you like that?
Because, you know, as a filmmaker, a media guy, as a black man in America, there's so many obstacles, and there's so many people saying you shouldn't do this or you can't do that, or, you know, the field's unlevel, chips are stacked against you. And that film was like, look, this young kid gets cancer, and he is like the #1 quarterback in the college league and dies. Like,
well, he plays sick for a whole year.
Sick for a whole year.
Yeah.
And didn't tell anybody.
Nope.
And was like complained, was very like positive and optimistic. It was as if he wasn't going to die.
Well, and then the best part is that he actually turns in. So he's dying. He knows he's dying.
He knows he's dying.
He's
this
got
is like 2-3 weeks before
he's
he died.
dying, and he turns in his paper. He walks into campus. He can barely walk because he's lost all his limbs. He walks in and he turns in a paper because he just wants to graduate. He just wants to be a guy graduating.
That's what it's all about, though, and that's what filmmaking is all about in a sense, right? I mean,
it totally is.
Yeah.
When you want to be a filmmaker, the chips are stacked against you.
Because you feel. I mean, it's like, how can you not, you know, appreciate that? I mean, on every level, right?
And
so was it hard when you were making this? Is what he's saying true? I mean, was it tough to make this?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say that, you know, I mean, tough is such a unique thing in a sense where, I mean, especially when people always ask, hey, are you done with your film? Now, I feel like that's just such an interesting question because being finished and truly being finished, I feel like are literally one side of the planet to the other. Because, you know, like, I mean, what you think is done and then what it ends up becoming through the entire process, I mean, if I could give advice to any filmmaker out there, just know that when you're done doesn't mean that you're done. And even when you're done, you still have this much further to go till you're actually done.
See, that's the Joe story.
Yeah.
That's you know, his story you can apply and motivate you
Sure.
to never quit.
And that's just what it's all about.
Because
exactly.
it's never done.
And you got to see it through, though. You know, and that's the thing. And I was telling her earlier, you know, no matter what project that you get involved with, you know, I mean, it's a marriage, you know, and I feel like film, you know, you just need to know that you have to sweat blood and tears and everything in order to do it justice. Because unless you're willing to put in that kind of work, then I don't feel like you're doing it the justice that it needs to in order to be truly seen through on the level that I know that it can truly be.
Well, you know, it sounds like you're talking about a film festival. So as people may or may not know, it's only our 2nd year, and we sweat blood. I think I have sweat about 3 pounds of blood today as I raced to intro and Q&A. But seriously, I mean, this is the passion, and it sounds like
I do.
See, and this is the
I
people
do. So
out
I totally
there.
Get it.
This is why people need to go out and support film festivals, because if you come out and fill these seats. You know, I know a lot of people say, yeah, but that's a tough film to watch, Kim. And, you know, you know what? It's a beautiful film. It's okay to open your eyes. You can go home and maybe pretend you didn't. I don't know what you can do. But the bottom line is, if you support the film festivals, we can allow voices to get into your community, and you can hear some stories you may never ever have a chance to hear again.
Say one, yeah.
Oh, wait.
I mean, well, for me more than anything else, I guess what I want people to know is that our lives are only so long. We only have so long to do specific things. So as opposed to just sitting back and watching, like these reality shows like the Kardashians or the this or the that, like how do you spend? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, I mean, oh god, it was a Freudian slip. So my main thing is, what do you do with your time? And that's the thing. It's, I mean, and you know what? But support these films. Come out and be a part of something that's bigger than yourself. Don't get wrapped up in these ridiculous reality shows or and I don't want to say that all reality is bad, but like at least like what do you do with your time? When you're not working and not, and I just feel, especially with film festivals like this, be a part of something that's bigger than yourself, because the ultimate payment and the ultimate fulfillment that you get out of that is greater than any selfish thing I think that you could ever do.
Okay, so I got to say one thing. Oh, go ahead. She
me.
has something. Okay,
Me first.
ready? Rock, paper. Rock. No, she's gonna. We're gonna
talk. I'm not playing that game. You wait your turn. No, I watched the short films this morning, and I have to say that lineup that there were such good stories, and just even in a 10-minute film, the value of those stories were so much better. I feel like I could walk out of there and say I've seen some good films and I've seen some good stories, instead of watching a whole day or a whole week of TV and feeling polluted. And I think when people, especially the festival was for free, you should come and see these stories, because you walk away inspired. I was a little bit emotional about some of them, and then I was
Monkey Love?
No, actually not for me, but everyone's different.
Beast Glide.
No, actually, I like that one. I thought that was very emotional, just about growing old and having a partner and all of that. But no, they were all different, and some were really funny, and those were they were really incredible. I didn't want it to end, So I mean, for that to be available and for people to not want to come see it, I don't get it. That's.
Well, and so this is something I just want to say, and then let you have your TV program back. But
no, you're doing fine.
Well,
you're like now have been initiated as a pod sister.
I've never done this
pod
ever.
Sister.
The drinks are running low.
Yeah.
I know. I have no alcohol though.
And it's the first time I
Pod
had a
sister.
Mrs. Wright who's white, who's a pod sister.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mrs. Wright, who married Mr. Wright. Actually, the pastor asked me my husband's name. I said, doesn't matter. As long as he's Mr. Wright, I don't really care. Was not funny. He was Episcopalian. So, no, but I was going to say is, what was I going to say? See, I lost my train of thought. Seriously. No, but on the festival. But when we started this, I'm not a filmmaker. I've never been in the film industry. On average, I watch 100 to 100, 200 films a year. I'm very much into films. I don't watch TV. But what I will say is, when we did this as non-filmmakers, we didn't know what we were going to expect when we met these filmmakers. You get a little nervous, like, I'm about to meet this guy who's in this film. And you see the films and you don't meet the people. I think a lot of people have a perception of Hollywood kind of like sharks. We saw Jaws, and we're afraid we're going to get eaten. I read Hollywood Reporter, and you're all shallow jerks. You're not. No,
Yeah, but
no. Well,
something?
maybe him, but not you.
But can I tell you something? On the flip side of that coin, all of us filmmakers, we put our heart and soul into a film, and we're thinking, oh my God, we hope the non-filmmaking people, the civilians, like this,
you're
or
so
laugh where
nervous.
they're supposed to laugh.
And you feel really insecure
And
about
you're
it.
back there, your heart's beating like crazy, you're sweating
Absolutely.
bullets, you know the scene's coming up, and you either want
You're waiting for the ha.
You're waiting for the
ooh.
ha, or you're waiting for the aw, or you're waiting for the ooh, or you're waiting for the something. And when it doesn't happen, you're like, oh, snap.
Well, and you're just
That's-
hoping that
that was funny in my
the
head.
projector doesn't break, that that the speakers don't go out. I mean, like there's literally so many things beyond your film that can go wrong as well. So I think you just kind of have to throw it up to the heavens and say, you know what, I just hope it goes, and if it does, it does, and if it doesn't, I think you just gotta just go with the flow.
Well, and that's the beautiful part about this is I've watched it. Tonight we were playing Teacher of the Year, and they're they want to get out into the theaters, and it's so good. It belongs in the theaters. Did you watch it?
I didn't, but everyone
Oh.
told me it was one of the best of the entire festival.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And these guys, I mean, I watched Jason Strauss, the director. His voice heard. It's not because conceited or arrogant or he thinks he's done a great job. It's because he just wants to get his voice heard.
Well, and I think there's a certain amount of insecurity too. You're assuming that we consider ourselves filmmakers. I mean, you know, we still want the approval of saying, do they actually think that we did this?
You guys are great. Watching you live.
We have a viewer.
We have many viewers. Okay.
Are we not live?
Viewer.
Here I am, and them up here, and now you guys are live, and it sounds like a really cool project. Awesome success to you guys.
Thank
All right.
you. Yeah.
All right, later.
Thanks for dropping in. No.
See you, brother. I'll see
Yeah.
you tomorrow. Okay, guys.
All right, dear.
Good luck. See ya.
No, but I
that's
agree.
the point. Is that we're not just sweating that the public liked it, but that actually people think it's a professional product, and that they don't think, oh my God, what a you know, sort of a ghetto production is this? You know, you have the insecurities on both sides. You know, filmmaker. What makes you a filmmaker? We were talking about that yesterday. You hold your phone up and you start filming something. You know, at what point are you a maker?
Right. Well, I think what defines it. Oh, go ahead. You got it.
What defines being a filmmaker is taking a device, which could be a phone or $100,000 like Sony camera,
Red camera,
and capturing content.
That's it.
And it doesn't have to be good, but you made a film.
Mm-hmm.
To actually physically, tangibly do it qualifies you. Whether you're good at it, that's another ballgame.
Well, see, and I think that inherently, this is the thing more than anything. I think that the way that I feel it is that technology is always going to change. You know, we've got GoPros over here, we got cameras. You know, yeah, literally everything is always going to change. But the thing that I love more than anything else in the entire world is that from the day that it began all the way up until now, it's all about the story that you're telling.
Yeah, totally.
And that's the one thing that will never get old. It will never be passé. It will never be any of these things. So if you can tell a great story, and I was even telling someone sometimes it's the person that just keeps on trying and failing and failing and failing that everybody wants to sit there and see and know the things that live inside these people, you know, their souls, their spirits, you know, and to see the journey that they go through. So, you know, for me, it's so intriguing to see all these different technologies that are always changing. I mean, it seems like as soon as you get good at one, all of a sudden there's a new one. And you're like, oh God, I got to start all over again. I got to figure out this camera. I got to
but
this whole
also,
thing. You know.
Also, if you embrace the title of whatever it is that you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
you have a tendency to want to put more in and get better and become
Absolutely
exactly what you say you are because
Definitely.
you said you are. I mean, just
it's a big claim, right?
it's like you know, if you drive a truck across the street,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
a truck driver. You just drove a truck with stuff across the street.
That's
now,
it.
would I trust your ass on the highway with the rest of them?
Maybe not. Maybe not.
But guess what?
Yeah, that's
you
it.
know, that little trip across the street might go, I could do, you know what? I'm a truck driver.
That's it.
And you go get your license, and you go get your insurance, and you go get a beat-up truck, and you go out there and scrub everybody's fenders until you get it right.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
But you're a truck driver. You may not be. But, you know, if you say you're a film,
What is good?
what?
That's subjective.
But that's the process, though, right? I mean, you could start with an iPhone, you could go to a GoPro after that, and then you work up to
But
you know.
it's not even that. You could have the best stuff behind you, technology, and your film sucks. And you could take and shoot your entire film with an iPhone, good story, good talent, you know, good shots, and it's awesome.
Blair Witch Project. I've lost my voice, but am I right? Blair Witch Project.
I mean, you can make something, as I always say, as long as you have a camera and a dream, that's really all you need. I mean, and that's what's so inherently so fantastic. You know, there's so many people that will sit out there and say, I don't have a budget or I don't have this. I mean, with our film, it was literally, literally practically no budget. It was we had a camera and a computer, and we're like, you know, we can at least try our best and see what comes together.
We had sharks, and we had an ocean and a venue, and
Yeah.
Because you already had a business where you take people out.
Yeah.
So if you go to Hawaii, you want to go check this out, Do you still run Hawaii Shark?
Hawaii Shark Encounters.
Yeah, 'cause-
What's the website we can go and follow you?
HawaiiSharkEncounters.com. But for the
Wait,
film, it's
for the film, yeah.
ExtinctionSoupMovie.com.
and you now have a shark awareness group.
SharkAllies.org.
And sharkallies.org is where you can go to support.
But you can get to us through Extinction Soup. That's the easiest one to remember. Yeah. That's kind of like how I feel with my jobs, which hat, which microphone. No, I mean, extinctionsoupmovie.com will get you to any of those because everything is linked together. So that's the easiest one to remember.
So I think that it's safe to say if you go to Hawaii, you got to come swim with the sharks, and then you begin to appreciate it because that's basically what happened.
I'll tell you.
And we can all follow the path of
That's
Philip
it.
Waller in the movie.
I mean, I would definitely say so. There's nothing that I've seen in my entire life that changes more lives on a daily basis than their shark tour. I mean, these people literally out there thinking that,
This
oh
is
my
crazy.
God,
This
like,
is
is
crazy.
the shark gonna jump in the cage? Is it gonna come get me?
So
Like
they're-
they're
did
playing
you see it?
through all these different scenarios in their head. And literally, the second that they go out, they get in the cage and they see the sharks for what they are. The second that they come out of there, I mean, the look in their eyes. I've never ever seen humans be able to literally not only change, but want to not only just appreciate sharks, but appreciate the ocean and appreciate the journey that they got to go through, even if it's just for a couple hours.
That's, I think, what I like the most about the movie. Wow, it really changes you're okay. Yeah, you do want to eat the mic. Sorry.
Eat it, girl. Do it.
No,
I'm just saying.
as long as nobody's named Mike around here, I'm good with that.
Help us help you.
But that was the one thing in the movie that I loved, and you were talking about this last night, that every little boy and even little girl, because I think that's changing, there's this inherent love. I mean, come on. Did you not love dinosaurs or sharks growing up?
I was from the hood. We didn't know what that was until I got to college.
You're like, I can actually see these things.
Come on. You didn't see a shark on something?
Hey, maybe we might have cut the government cheese into a shark.
There you go. There you go. I got love for that. Come on now. Hey, you got to start somewhere. You got to start,
I
baby
guess
steps.
so.
My shark,
Baby steps, baby steps.
That's my dinner.
That's enough playing. I'm hungry. Come on now.
We hungry. He's cutting up cheese in the sharks, man. What's up in dinosaurs?
Well, to end
hungry.
this perfectly, at least,
I
I
need
would
more.
not only like to thank you for having us.
I'm saying, but yes, I did. We did hear it.
Yeah, and honestly, just thank you for. I mean, I know this is just your second year, but as filmmakers, I mean, just to be able to just go through this sense of just trying to get as many people to come see it, and then when they see it, I mean, some of the question and answer sessions were the best. I mean, like these people genuinely were changed by our film, and I think as filmmakers, I mean that's what you dream of. I mean, whether it's one person or it's a few hundred or a few thousand.
Yeah.
I mean, and especially the great thing with social media these days too, when you can change one person, when they reach out, you can touch so many people. So I feel like that we're in such a fantastic place with technology and filmmaking. So I think that if this perfect storm can come together, that we can, as I said, get rid of the Kardashians. I'm sorry.
It's got. You might as well just leave it. You went there,
and I mean no, but it's like, but now, like I said, I just feel like let's all stand together and make things that inspire people to not only just be better as humans, but just be better stewards to the planet that we live on every day.
And I'm a more shameless plug. So your distributor, Jeff Clark, Something Creative.
Absolutely.
This particular distributor focuses on films with a purpose. They started with Isolated. We had them last year. That's why they made it back. Well, they made it back because they had good films. But he submitted several films, and this was one of them. They had 3 films that came in our festival. So he's a huge sponsor, or supporter, I should say, of our film.
Yeah.
Our sponsors are the City of Carlsbad, the Omni La Costa Resort and Spa, which you're seeing it back behind us, and Cineplex Luxury Cinemas. So I'm going to drop the mic at this point. Bang!
And thank you so much for having us.
Oh, you know what? You guys are awesome.
Thank
And you can come on the PodBrother show anytime you want to.
We'll be back.
And you know
we'll
what's
be
cool?
back.
What's cool? I can FaceTime you in or Skype you in to the
Let's
show.
do this.
So you could be in Hawaii, you could be in New York, you could be here in Carlsbad, I could be in LA,
Really important that way.
and we could do it. I just switch back and forth to who's
Perfect.
talking.
That's right.
Oh, that was a great angle.
You know?
Extreme close-up.
Extreme.
Next time we're gonna have to do that. What? I can't hear you. Can you? You know, we have to pretend like we have something in our ear. And got the little
Am I coming in clear? Am I coming in clear? I want the golden goose, Daddy. Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure. Before you leave, Around the Horn websites where we can get you FaceTimes or whatever. One last time, Around the Horn.
But
Website.
the
Oh,
website
yeah.
extinctionsoupmovie.com.
Yep. And sharkallies.org. You know, to get information about the sharks and find out what's going on.
And the
then
website.
LaCostaFilmFestival.org.
And you could catch me at PodBrother.com. This has been the PodBrother here at the La Costa Film Festival, and it's been so much fun. So support, and be here next year. What's happening tomorrow?
Oh my gosh, all day. We start at 10:30 in the morning with an amazing documentary about kids and how they get to school on the way to school. I've got Life's a Breeze at Sinopolis, followed by White Lies. We've got H2 Mexico's a free shot with stand-up paddleboarders. We got Bella Vita with Crystal Morrow, and then God Help the Girl musical by Stuart Murdoch, which is phenomenal, about a girl with bulimia who basically sings her way through the movie. I've never seen a bulimic sing her whole way through, but it's actually phenomenal. Although my husband, the best part about the movie, he said, was her outfits, and when she runs away, her backpack's the size of your wine glass, and how she fits all these clothes into it. And then our last is This Is Where We Live. And Tobias Siegel, I think, does an acting job on par with Leonardo DiCaprio from What's Eating Gilbert Grape. So
There you
that's
go. So
it.
that's tomorrow. So I will be here. So we hope you guys can show up. And thanks for having us, and thanks for being here. And it's all good in the hood. Okay, one thing before you leave, I need you to look into that camera and say, "Stick with the Pod Brother."
Stick with the Pod Brother.
Stick with the Pod Brother.
Oh, brother.
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 Yes.
Yeah. Stick with the Pod Brother.
Stick with the Pod Brother.
Awesome. You heard him. All right. Peace. We're out.
Yeah. Thank you so much.